If you're anything like me, LinkedIn groups have been somewhat of a mystery over the years. Are there people there interacting? Is there gold in those hills? What is going on in there? How do I create value? How do I receive value from being a part of these groups? And in today's video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial for finding the right groups for you, how you can get engaged in those groups in a way that creates value for the other users in the group, and then ultimately how you can position yourself to ask for things when the time is right, following our very simple value, rapport, ask methodology. So stay in here with me today, and I'm going to walk you through an exact step-by-step tutorial on how you can get more value out of LinkedIn groups and create more value for others. All right, so the first and most important thing you want to do is find the right groups. So if you're anything like me, you have a pretty clearly defined audience. I work with entrepreneurs with typically between 1 and 5 million in revenue. They partner with us both on our marketing side and our HR side. So I'm going to put in the search string here, and then I'm just going to click on groups. And then I'll see about 10,000 results of groups that are focused on entrepreneurs. So I'm just going to click on, and what you might want to do here is start to filter through, look for a lot of members, click in, look for a lot of activity, make sure that there are active people in the group. So let's click into one here to get an example and see how active this group is. So this is a public group, which means anyone can join. And, that's good and bad, right? We want a little bit of gatekeeping to these groups to make sure it's our target audience, because oftentimes what you'll see are just a bunch of people kind of spamming the group, putting messages in here. You can see this gentleman's an admin. He's posted and he's adding some things. So we want to see how active the group is. So 6 days ago, 8 hours ago, 6 days ago. So not a super active group, but I'm not going to go searching through a bunch of groups here. What I want to see, though, is multiple posts per day. And that means we've got an engaged group and people that are actively working in there. So now one other tip. So you found the group, you found an engaged group. It's got your target audience in it, and it has some gatekeeping. Again, if there's no gatekeeping, then anybody in here, entrepreneurs, small people that are never going to actually start businesses, but are just trying to sell to entrepreneurs could be in here. So not necessarily a great group here, but once I do find that group, what I like to do is move from all to recommended on the posts. Then that's going to show me some of the more engaged with posts where I can see what people are finding valuable in the feed. Because the first step in our method, after we find the right group to contribute to, is to create value for the members of the group. And so we do this by creating posts that are going to be focused on creating value for that target audience, for entrepreneurs. And so this is a good example. When I see high levels of engagement, 20, 29, 30, 59, a lot of likes, that means that the audience inside of here appreciated the content and therefore voted with their click. And so now I can start to understand what types of content this particular group reacts positively to. So the first and biggest thing you want to do once you join the group is start by contributing value to the group. Now, this is never a sales pitch. This is never a veiled marketing effort by you. It is always about best practices, tips, how-tos, information that is relevant to the audience. Again, never buy my product, never buy my service. That is not valuable to the audience. That is only valuable to you. Now, I know in your head, you're going, well, but I can save them a bunch of time, or my service is great. Yeah, maybe, but that's not what creating content is about. Creating content is about creating value for the reader. All right, so that's the first thing, is I want to create value for the people in the group. And now the next step is build rapport. So building rapport inside of a group happens in a couple different ways. First and foremost, it's connecting with others in the group. So I might go through here. I see Paul. I'm going to click on Paul's profile, see if we have mutual interests. If we do, I'm going to send him a connection request and say, hey, really appreciated your posts in the Entrepreneur Exchange group. thought we could connect here. And then I'm going to go ahead and like his post and engage. That's the next way I build that rapport with people. I send the connection request. I engage with their content in a genuine way. I leave comments on their content, and I send them a note when I see something that they've created of value. Say, hey, great post today. Really appreciated your thoughts on that. Maybe ask a question. That's how we build rapport. Again, we don't build rapport by hammering somebody with our marketing messages. Our message has to be coming from a place of genuine curiosity in a way that is meant to facilitate a relationship. And then finally, if you've created a bunch of value, if you've built rapport with the members in the group, then you might be able to ask. I often use the analogy of you don't just walk into a bank and ask for money. You have to make deposits first. So make sure you are making deposits before you ask for anything. And I like to think about that value rapport ask methodology in a simple 3-2-1 stage. I want to create value 3 times, build rapport twice, then maybe I ask. And again, I would be spending, in terms of time, 5x the time creating value, building rapport rather than asking. And the longer you can wait to ask, the more credibility you build. So if I continue to come in here, create value, build rapport, create great, real, meaningful connections with people in the community, I'm probably not even going to have to make asks because they're going to start to come to me. They're going to start to wonder, what does this guy or gal do? How can I learn more? How can I partner with them? And what can I do to be reciprocal in the value they've been creating for me? And so that's a simple framework you can follow when it comes to getting involved in LinkedIn groups. And remember, groups, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, any other communities, they are a long game. So make sure that you are spending and investing the time, but you're only doing it in the groups that could potentially you could create a ton of value and they may create value for you long term. So spend a good amount of time on the front end, finding the right group for you before you invest your time and energy in trying to grow in there. I hope this has been an actionable video filled with insights that you can actually use inside of your company and inside of growing your personal brand. If so, please make sure to subscribe to our channel because I am going to be cranking out one of these at least per week to make sure that you become a better marketer and grow your business. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have an awesome day.